Hello, welcome to Study Skills with Mr. Wheeler. The focus today is distractions. We're going to talk about distractions a bit. So, the first thing we're going to do is watch a brief little video. It's a little cheesy, but hopefully you like it, and we'll go from there. Okay, it's a good day to do homework. I'm ready. I'm here on my computer. Pretty excited about it. Feel really organized. I got a great space. Everything's good. Okay. I'm pretty organized. My classes, my Google Classroom. I don't want to do school right now. This is not the time. I really should be outside, but nope, I'm here. Okay, let's go. Okay, looking at math. No. Oh, it's just so nice out. I was going to hang out with John. Nope. Oh, yes. He texted me. No, I can't play Among Us right now. I can't. I'm just started to do homework. I can't play. No. Okay. Let's not do math. No, I have time. I just started. I can start in 10 minutes. Come on. Yes. Okay. Okay. Captain America.
I'm the imposter.
Yes. I'm going to go around and crush this game. No one's going to know it's me. Wait. Dang it. I need to do school.
What?
No way. Ridiculous. Way too fast.
I quit.
Okay. It wasn't meant to be. I need to focus on school.
Okay.
Wait. What about my buddy John? Oh, man. You know, it's one of those things you just crack yourself up. Hopefully that was entertaining enough to talk about distractions. So think about how often that type of thing happens to you. Maybe you don't play Among Us, maybe it's other stuff, but do you do stuff like that where you sit down, you're ready to go, but then something happens? Someone comes in the room, they need something, you've got to do something else, or you'd rather do something else, so your mind just wanders. So think about, just spend some time, and you can grab your journal or grab your piece of paper next to you and write down how often you think about random things when you're trying to get schoolwork done. Is it every time? Is it maybe 2 or 3 times a day when you're working on school? Is that when you're doing it? So write those things down. The key here is self-awareness, paying attention, noticing those things. As you notice those, you write them down. You're noticing trends, and you can try to change your behavior. That's the focus. How can you prevent and sidestep distractions? That's another question prompt for you. How are you going to, like, before you even watch the rest of this video, what are you going to do to sidestep that type of distraction? What should I have done in my video when I had my phone right next to me? Maybe my phone should have been further away. My phone's right next to me right now. John could say, hey, let's play Among Us. I could get distracted. I won't. Here, I'll toss my phone over here. It's far away. I can't even play with it. So do stuff like that. Think about what could I have done differently in that little role play activity or that video. And then does anyone have any tips and tricks to share? I encourage you to share your tips and tricks with me. Shoot me an email. What do you do? And then maybe I'll share them in another video and talk about them. Okay. So here are some of my resources for you. Making or design a study session to make it work effectively for you. And when I say that, I'm saying consider it a study session. Block it off in your day, schedule it. It's your study time. Maybe from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. You're going to spend that hour doing one subject. Focus on one subject. Don't focus on 10, only do one subject. Maybe if you're at the middle school, spend the first 30 minutes of the day checking every subject's attendance and getting that done and out of the way. After that, focus on one at a time. So here's a couple things that I said I'll run through real quick. Make sure you have your study space. And I have another video on that, so watch that if you're wondering what that is. Establish goals and outcomes. What are you going to do over that next hour, and how long will it take? So I said an hour. I'm going to set an hour for it. But maybe you want 2 or 3 hours on one project. Maybe you're planning out your day. What goals do you have? One goal for each class, and how much time do you think you need to do all of those? Take short mental breaks. I like to do 60 minutes of work and then take a 10 to 15-minute break, especially when I'm doing academic work. When I'm learning new content, it takes a lot of brains get tired. You need a little bit of a break. Go do something different, and I have videos on what breaks look like too, so check those out. Break up your subjects. Focus on one at a time. one class at a time. And then use a calendar. Use a calendar to chunk up your days. I actually have something that is going to be shared in the link below the video in my website page. And it's just a Google document I threw together, and it just helps break up the day. You can download it or make your own version of it and make it work for you. But I just wanted to kind of show off what that might look like. So take a look at that and see. Let me know what you think if you want. Some random tips. I already said this already. Number 2, take breaks every 30 to 60 minutes, and it helps boost your focus. So be sure to do that. Number 3 is let yourself make mistakes. You're human. We're all human. Sometimes we mess up. Don't worry about it. Be okay with it. And then number 1 was don't let thoughts distract you. Write them down on that side piece of paper. I know I've had this. This is a random tip and a different one. But use that. Use that. It's a great tool to keep yourself focused. And then come back to schedule a time where you come back to that piece of paper and you reflect on whatever it is, those random thoughts, and go down those rabbit holes. So I just want to give you a little bit of background information on understanding concentration. I'll put this video here. So what does concentration look like? The key to concentration is the amount of time you focus. So when we're thinking about planning for a study session, you need to pay attention to how much time you will be able to really focus. So when you start, if you look at the top of the circle, it's almost like the top of the hour. It's going to take about 5 minutes before you get into moderate concentration. You're going to be kind of lightly concentrating. I'm still thinking about my phone. I'm still thinking about some stuff, but I'm getting into the groove of concentrating. So after about 5 minutes, there's another 5 minutes where it's a little more focused, right? If you're not distracted already. If something distracts you in those 10 minutes, it's going to be tough for you to really get concentrated. If you need to have more than 10 minutes at a time where you're focusing, because that's when you can get into deep concentration, and then you're going to be able to learn, right? You think about in school, there's a lot of times the class sessions are about 50 minutes, if not 45, and the high school is a little longer, but that's intentionally created for a reason, and part of that is the way concentration works. So you have 10 minutes to get into it, and then about 30 to 40 minutes of deep concentration time. After that 30 to 40 minutes, you're really maybe hitting a dead end with your ability, your capacity to really focus that hard. So take a break, take a study break. That's why we say go for a walk, go do something not related to school at all. Maybe take a nap if you want to, but make it 20 minutes tops. And then you can come back and you start the cycle again. But you really need that 10 to 20 minutes to be able to be refreshed and start again. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're working really hard and you're going to spend a lot of time doing it, but you're not really going to be successful because your brain is tired. So give yourself those breaks. Sometimes people can just go hydrate, go for a quick walk, and be back in 5 minutes. But let yourself take a break. That's key. You always have the option to do something else later, but in the present moment, focus requires that you do this one thing. So part of concentration is focus, and part of focus is to ignore other things, right? I threw my phone over there earlier. I'm ignoring my phone. I think I've gotten 2 texts on it already. I'm ignoring it because I'm focused on you. You need to choose to ignore other things when you're trying to focus on something, and it's okay to. That's part of your role, right? We are students. As a student, we have to make sure we make time to concentrate. Okay, I'll move this up here. Here we go. Okay, multitasking myth. I'm sorry for those who think, I hear you, Steve, but you can look at your phone and pay attention to school. You can, but you're not going to be very successful in both of the tasks. The multitasking myth is really an illusion. You're not really doing 2 things at once. You're breaking up your focus and you're accomplishing multiple tasks at the same time, but your ability to concentrate, if you go back to that last slide, think about the circle. If you're within that 10 minutes and you're jumping back and forth between classes, you're not really concentrating. You're rolling, you're trying, but you're not really focused. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about the multitasking myth. So let's read this. Multitasking forces your brain to switch focus back and forth quickly from one task to another. And number 2, multitasking is just not a thing. Instead of doing the difficult work of choosing one thing to focus on, we convince ourselves that multitasking is a better option. the reality is it's ineffective. It is better to schedule out your day and break things up and focus on them one at a time than trying to do multiple things at once. If you're watching this video and reading or working on a homework project, I love that you're watching the video. You're not doing two things at once. You're switching it up a little bit. So you're not heavily invested in this video, but then you're also not heavily invested in your homework. So I would encourage you to maybe set the video aside, focus on your homework, and watch this video later. Focus on schoolwork first. This stuff is definitely supportive of your schoolwork, but you want to get that academic work done. And then ask questions, whatever. I'll go down that path different later. So check out this little video, not this video, but this graphic. So this little, the amount of time multitasking, the amount of multitasking is that bottom horizontal layer, and then the quality of work done is up top on the left. So, if you don't multitask a ton, your quality of your work will go up. But if you do multitask a lot, your quality of work goes down. Yeah. It's frustrating. I'm someone who likes to multitask, even though it's not really a thing. So real quick, this is another strategy skill. So let's see what you think. It sounds great, but it's not possible. Oh, that's a multitasking thing. So think about this graphic. Look at this picture. This might be, there's 25 squares here. Are there 25 or are there 20? There's 20 squares here in that picture. If you're a multitasker, you might think, hey, I have 20 things on my to-do list. I'll do these 4 right now, right? I'll focus on these 4 at the same time. Or maybe that's your focus for today. And then you have a plan of just bouncing around. It's important to not just focus on a row or a column or all of them at once, but to take that one out and focus solely on that. The other ones don't matter at that time. Focus on that, complete that task, and then pick the next one out. Focus on it, complete the task, then you're done, and then focus on the next one. So focus and increase your attention span on one project at a time or one task at a time. Measure the results. We measure our results through your school grades, right? If you tried this for 2 weeks and you checked your grades status and see if your grades go down after doing this, let me know and we can work out a plan for you, right? We can help you with something individual. But if this might actually improve your grades. If you check your grades, your teachers are measuring your results for you through your academic progress. Focus on the process, try to have fun with it, and then I have this little quote, time is useless if you don't have the energy you need to complete the task. That goes back to my concentration circle and just paying attention to where your energy is and when you're most likely to be able to accomplish these tasks. Some people work more effectively in the morning. Some people work better in the afternoons. Focus on when you are effective in school and try to pack in those more difficult projects during the times of the day that you're most effective. In my link below in the website, there's going to be the daily organizer in Google Docs. You can check it out. This would be a journal piece if you're wondering if you want to reflect. The way to really make this information useful to you and really let it sink in is to have watched other videos and then tie them together. Try to connect those dots. I'm not going to do that for you right now. You can do that yourself. Journal it out, write those things down. That's what makes this helpful. If you do that work yourself, the stuff you're learning while watching these videos will set in and sink in a little bit more. When you connect those dots yourself, as opposed to when I tell you the relationship, that's when it's helpful. So if you're able to join these groups when I'm doing them throughout the week live, feel free. But I'm also going to keep recording these so you can keep watching them. So if you can't join my group, you can at least watch this and do this work on your own time. Because hopefully this stuff will support you in your academic success and personal and professional development as a student. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk soon.